그대에게 나는 돌아간다네. 겨울이 봄을 향해 가듯 그대에게 나는 돌아간다네. 아이가 엄마의 품에 가듯 바람이 분다. 바람이 불어 그대로 향하는 내 마음에 참 향기롭다. 향기로워 그대로 향하는 이 길목이 그대에게 나는 돌아간다네. 빛을 잃은 나를 받아주소서. 그대에게 다시 돌아간다네. 가엾은 나를 안아주소서. 바람이 분다. 바람이 불어 그대로 향하는 내 마음에 참 향기롭다. 향기로워 그대로 향하는 이 길목이 마주할 그 손 어떻게 그 소녀 이제야 바람이 분다. 바람이 불어 그대로 향하는 이 마음에 참 향기롭다. 향기로워 그대로 향하는 이 길목이 그대도 날 기다릴 테니.
Hello. Sorry that I wasn't able to stream yesterday. Had a lot of stuff to do. But I am back for more Esoteric Ebb. There will probably be some background noise as it is thunderstorming here. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. But yeah. Last we left off, we were just about to use Speak with Dead on the elf's corpse. So let's get to it. Oh, did we not? I swear we couldn't retry the behold. There. I guess we can. Well, might as well try. Maybe it's because we saved, or maybe it just didn't happen for some reason. Do you have any charisma weapons? Oh! Pickaxe of secrets we can examine. Inspect the pickaxe. Along the shaft you see those glowing teal runes spelling out secret. The dark dwarf told you it could be used to cast Detect Secret, a rare first-level divination spell. It allows the user to notice illusions, traps, and other hidden and generally secret things within a certain range. What exactly constitutes a secret is under debate, but it appears to differ on the caster's own interpretation of the word. The spell was created late in the Arcane era by copying the powers from a Wand of Secrets. It is, however, apparent to you that it is not functional. Speak the word secret. It vibrates in your hand as you utter the keyword, then as if snapping to attention, an esoteric force pushing it to point straight upwards. For about 3 seconds it holds this perfectly vertical alignment until it falls back down into your grasp. Limp. Useless. No. It is not pointing up. Moving just a few steps to the side whilst the pickaxe is erect shows it clearly. It is pointing ever so slightly, in a faint lean towards the Pillar of Yore. A few more steps reveal that to actually be the case. That is interesting. The green one found the useful information for once. Are you? Well, okay. God. That was way too close for comfort. This is nothing like your regular memorization. A spell scroll or codex is often nothing more than taking the original content and transcribing it, putting the various esoteric stages to memory in the process. Magic item, however, is crafted to only output those stages per automata, not giving any insight to the inner workings. It is by definition reverse engineering. Oh, then it should just be able to retrace the steps of the pickaxe's esoteric activation. Which strings are being pulled and when, writing them down step by step. Yes, normally that could work, even if it is a highly difficult and slow process. However, this pickaxe is broken. It does not perform those esoteric stages in proper order, or more likely, one of the stages is broken. It will, no matter what you do, take around 3 hours for you to do this. Make sure you have time before you commit. Yeah, let's not just yet. We need... So we have no charisma weapons. Nice. Focused killer. Neutral evil. His body count must be in the hundreds. The type of man who wishes for nothing but the destruction of humanity, the Earthfolk especially, and the downfall of this invading species upon the shores of Ascani. The more you stare into those deranged eyes of his, the more you understand. He is not full of hatred from some idealistic vision of the future. He does not view the future of Ascani as a goblin paradise. All he wants, entirely due to some personal vendetta fueled by sociopathy, is to erase humans from existence. Gulp. 9 strength, 18 dex, 14 con, 12 intelligence, 16 wisdom, 14 charisma. Woof. Powerful. Nice. Chaotic neutral. His expertise in the city below is not for nothing. You should keep close. He'll be real useful if you ever want to get into that freelance dungeoneering business. Seriously, there's a lot of money in that. Cleric of Norvik. The dwarf's glowing, smoldering eyes glitter as he bows before you. Lovely to see you. Me and Romulus here are taking a little break before we head back to Dvargvi. Look at the rust monster. He looks back at you, hungrily. He laughs, clearly somewhat inebriated. You should keep this dwarf close. You have a feeling he'll be leading you to treasure in the future. Oh, and I hope that pickaxe has been treating you well. The pickaxe? Oh right, that thing. Yep. Again, it doesn't quite work right, but if you play around with it, I'm sure you'll be able to get something useful out of it. Try to pet Romulus. The rust monster snaps at your fingers and as Axel gently pushes your hand away. I suggest staying at a distance. You're essentially draped in his favorite meal, cleric. So you're an adventurer. Ah, that'd be a decent term for it. Though some veterans would give me crap if I tried to label myself that way. I've only been around a few laps. Like where? Oh, mostly city below. It's less interesting than it was in my father's time, back during the real dungeoneering, back when they'd go venturing all the way to Tolstad, to the Forge of the Furies. But there's still a few crevices to crack open right here in the city. I'm sure you've noticed yourself down there. Even in a top-level area like Tolstad's below, there's quite a few secrets to uncover and monsters to run into. He's a classic delver. Norvik's a bit of a dry spot at the moment, but some areas inland get various adventuring investment parties from time to time. He laughs. Though I did join a venture to the Burned Coast one time, just to the outskirts, of course, to some kobold-held ruins. Can't talk more about it, though. I signed a hefty NDA, non-disclosure agreement, a document that forces you to shut up about something, usually not esoterically binding. Hey, Dodio. The Burned Coast is filled with all kinds of ancient ruins. You could uncover many esoteric wonders there. Where are you from, Axel? My home is the settlement of Sternstrup. You haven't heard of it. Tell me more. Not much to tell. Sternstrup is small and peaceful. I get back there once every other year or so to visit family. They sometimes want me to stay and join the mining corps, maybe when I'm older. How'd you end up here? In Norvik? He scratches his beard. It was a business trip, originally. Joined one of my uncles on a delve. They got me hooked. Ended up sticking around on the third trip. Wow, what the hell? So when are you leaving? He laughs. Depends on who wins the election. He shakes his head and mutters, but really I'm a bit of a lost soul. At least until I find those lost mines. Then I'll be set for life! Romulus lets out a screech. Yes, that's the spirit. You really like this guy. What kind of dwarf are you? I'm an underdwarf. That's where the glowing eyes come from. We're descendants from Azers and distant cousins of the exiled Asculus dwarves here in Norvik. Don't call him a dark dwarf. Axel is clearly one of the good ones, so you use whatever words he's happy with. Dexterity, what the fuck? It is interesting that you are all of a sudden so interested in getting on his good side simply because of his job. Gotta keep networking. Gotta keep those contacts fresh and lucrative. So don't call him a slur. So you're different from the dwarves here in Norvik. He straightens up and grins at you. When Asgal fell and his underground empire reverted into its original highborn shape, his followers were exiled to the surface. That's the dwarves here in Norvik, the exiles. Then we've got those fancy-pantsy dwarves who took over the fallen empire, the empire dwarves, as they call themselves. And then there's us. Some call us dark dwarves, but we prefer the term underdwarf, even if our own term for it is glodvarg, which means something more like smoldering dwarf, I believe. That's a better description of it. Sure is. What are you voting in the election? Bit of a sensitive subject, trying not to be too vocal about my thoughts, but I'm leaning Asgal. Might go Freestrider since they've got one hell of a program planned for privatized adventuring and delving across Ascani. But then again, I don't exactly believe myself to be such a winner in a Golden Heart world. If you catch my drift. The rust monster makes a screeching noise. Romulus sure does. The Free Striders will allow you to engage in your excavations and explorations much more freely. You should vote for them. The Asgalists will make sure the economic prosperity of adventuring parties is shared among the populace instead of going from an old horde to a new one. The city of Norvik has done a great job administering adventuring rights over the years. The party of Norvik will continue that legacy. As the future wizard king of this city, I will surely require strong adventurers to guide and protect the lands. I do catch your drift, and I will share that I am actually a neutral observer in this here election. Yes, that's what I'm afraid of, but we'll see. There's still time until Romulus and I have some thinking to do. The rust monster touches his hand with its sprouts. That's all for now. See you election day, Axel. Hello, cleric. See ya. Goblin glances at you as you approach the donation bowl. I want to donate crowns here. You do. How much, though? Don't go overboard. She's an artist. They're rich. Highly unlikely. Maybe later. I heard he donated 10 crowns. Perhaps so. The goblin girl notices you approach and immediately gets her instruments ready. Give her the arcane music box. Huh? Her eyes sparkle as she glides her hand across the surface of the esoteric wood finish. What is this? Where did you find it? In the city below. It was in some weird mystical corner. So it's dungeon loot, huh? But you're giving it to me. Yeah, I can't use it myself. Well, she brings it before her and starts to press buttons and twirl knobs. Damn, this is amazing. Oh my god, it can even record samples. This is like a diskette studio, but small enough to carry. I know exactly what to play with this. She glances up to you. Thanks. Give me that esoteric noise, Goblin. She is so deeply invested in her box that she appears barely aware that you're even standing there. She takes a deep breath, preparing for the world. Okay, here we go. Very nice. Very atmospheric. Cleric. Lovely to see you again. Well, let us go cast Speak with Dead on the elven corpse. Speak with Dead. Yes. With little fanfare nor any magical sparks, you see a slight twitch on the scorched body. As long as the mouth remains somewhat intact, the spell will allow it to speak. There is something wrong about this. It is sacrilegious, but perhaps the animated spirit will give you something useful in retribution. As if they weren't turned to a coal-like substance, the lips begin to move, like sludge. Faint wheezing comes out of its throat. Horrific. What are the rules of this? 5 questions. The spirit of the deceased is under no obligation to answer truthfully. Considering you're just a random cleric, the answers should be fair. The soul itself cannot learn new information. You are not speaking to the actual person, but rather just speaking with a mirror of its mind at the point of death. So no asking about the afterlife. Got it. Souls can only be animated by Speak with Dead once per week. This is your only opportunity. Be direct and stern in your questions, and stoic. Do I ask in present tense or past tense? Does not matter. The elf will not be aware of your perspective, and as such will interpret any question such as, what was your name, as, what is your name? Okay, I'm ready. Time to talk. Maybe she'll be happy to answer. Remember, cleric, 5 questions. That's all you get, so make them count. Be polite. Ask her if you can get her some tea or something. She obviously liked tea. Oh my god. Oh my god. We know her name. Let's go through and cross things off. 1, no. 2, we know her name. We might glean more information, but we know her name. She can't answer that. This is useless. Why were you in the tea shop when it exploded? 5 seems useful. 6 seems useful. 7, maybe. 8, maybe. 9, we know. 10 is useless. 11 is important. 12 is somewhat important. 13 is important. 14 is important. 15 is... So we have 9 important questions, but I think number 1 should be, why were you in the tea shop when it exploded? We're not going to get that answer from anyone else. A meeting. A planned meeting with my friend. The lovely hag. Snell gives you a look. It's confirmed then, Lisa. 4 questions remaining. What was this meeting you had planned in the tea shop? It was a sale, a negotiation, with my Freestrider contact. Oh, interesting. That's 2. 3 more questions. Who killed you, or how did you die? Who killed you? I did. Whoa! The goblin leans in, eyebrows raised. Fascism chose the path. I chose the end. He scowls. Huh. Fascism forced her to blow up the tea shop. Right. Hold on, Snell. That could be really deep and meaningful information. That's pretty broad. She was forced to do it by fascism. Could be... Yeah, well... Find me someone in Oscon who isn't bound by fascist ideals, and I'll give you 1,000 crowns. The Ilum could be considered fascists, as could every effective government. That is reductive. A fascist state would be described as such when its core does not uphold values of personal rights. Honestly, fascist is used by commoners to describe any authority these days. Common thought is important. If so many speak of fascism, perhaps one should learn to listen. If we listen to every commoner, we'll soon be charging right off a cliff. 3 asked, 2 more. So, she committed suicide. Who actually came to this meeting? Not the one I expected. You see Snellmouth, and it was... The ruined body convulses, soot and charred flesh cracking and creasing, as if it is attempting to rise to get away. The state! Huh? One of her hands, burnt and stale, attempts to unfurl its fingers. It breaks as it does, black dust falling to the table, but it is clear. She's attempting to point. It was you! What? One. Oh, does she mean me literally? Or me metaphorically? As in, like, me being an arm of the state. We know how she died. But it's still an important question. This is an important question too. We know this. No. Where did you live? Maybe. Did anyone want to kill you? I'm between these 2. Or these 3, honestly. How did you live? In fear and hatred, hoping to escape. The corpse's mouth stiffens once more, and the mimicking of life ends. That is 5. Alright, cool. What did we learn? It's an elf? That's true, it's an elf. But whoever showed up wasn't her friend. Instead, he gives you a solid stare. She said it was you. I was not at the tea shop during the explosion. Yeah? I was at the towers. My patriarch can vouch for me, even if he really doesn't like me. I believe you. I was resurrected by your master. Yeah, true. We sent for you. You were clearly not on Tolstad at the time. And someone is obviously trying really hard to not let you investigate all of this. True, it's really annoying. My guess is, it's another agent of the state responsible. The elf points at you, or tries to, and says, "You're the one she saw at the tea shop?" Yeah, no, she means a cleric, or an earth guard, or something like that. 100%. I was starting to doubt my own sanity there for a second. Yeah, it's not like memory-changing spells don't exist, but it's too much. Gotta follow the simplest answer, and that's not you being a secret bad guy. So now, look for more clues. Frank, son of Frank, the witness. We gotta find that fucker. Let's follow the leads. Some interesting stuff to think about. The goblin nods, then gives you a thumbs up. Nice job on the spell, cleric. Give him a thumbs up back, then leave. That's it. I do want to see if there's anything we can say to Miska. Or Sage, yeah, Miska Sageleaf. I'm here to report some things. No? Okay. Only 2 days until the election. Yeah, we've got today and tomorrow to finish this up, so what should we focus on today? Good question. We have a few good clues, if you ask me. Chances are slim, but considering what we've heard, it sounds like our star witness, this Mr. Frank, could be hiding somewhere below. If I prefer it, say let's explore the city below some. Let's do that. Alright. Back to the city below then. What spells do we currently not have equipped? Bless, Good Apple, Shield of Faith, and Augury. And Enhanceability. We're going to need Enhanceability in 52 minutes, but otherwise we're fine. Anything else to do here? Whoa! Ooh, a dream patch. Thank you very much. Hag leans in over her cauldron. Back for more questions? Yeah. About the tea shop again. Yes. You believe her? No, not yet. Alright, understandable. Come back when, if you do. Okay. Alright. Far, far down. It's time. You find yourself walking out into mist. A teal, ethereal veil, spread thin across a basinless wonder, the undercoast path. Mushrooms, your companion mutters to himself. Let's not stay down here for longer than we have to. As you stand there, something appears through that veil. Porcelain specter. The shards of her broken wing gently flutter in the damp chasm winds as she descends from above. It is vast, the center line of this realm. Look out across the misty cavescape. The light of glow mushrooms creates a matte teal film across your view. You cannot see further than half a mile. Mist born out of the evaporating water of the gravity flip. It is indeed vast, bigger than your city, bigger than your entire world. Hello again, Etir. Cleric. The angel spins around in the air and places a hand on her sword. Nichaj bosque witri ponoisa naza viparwe. The upper hollow ridge shall be explored. Let us delve, cleric. Etir has joined as a companion. She will follow you while you explore the undercoast path. Oh, I didn't think you'd actually join. I've surprised you then. Yippee. She is progenitor. An angel protecting us now, Snell. Yeah, super insincere. He gives a thumbs up. I don't like it either, but come on. We'll be safer this way. The telepathic voice enters your minds. Snell, I have worked with goblins previously. Your kind are hardy and industrious. This will be a fruitful cooperation. He rubs his temples. Sounds great. I can sense your hesitation. Okay. He shrugs. Look, I have nothing against you, but you fear the radiant fires, as you should. Look at Etir, then Snell. I should fear it. Should I? Snell stares at the floating woman. I lived on the slopes. The flames of the higher beings scorched us all. She raises a hand and summons first a spark. A bulbous globe of glowing light spawns from its center, about the size of an apple covered in pulsating flames. You must squint to not be blinded. The goblin takes a step back. The radiance. It is glorious. It is the fire that burns evil, that which cannot die, that which clings to selfish intent and horrid machination. Etir. She clenches her fist. The fire is, in an instant, put out. I fear the flame too, goblin. It has burned me many times. The memory follows me whenever I wield it. She bows her head to your short green companion. I apologize for causing you fear, but I swear to you, I throw the celestial fire only when absolute necessity arises, for it is a power most foul. Stare at the angel. He clicks his tongue. Some sweat rolls down his brow. I believe you. It's cool. He struggles to find words. She really stunned him. Damn. Apologize for the theatrics, but you must know how well I agree with your thoughts. You are wise, Snow. And my flames, while dangerous, are mastered by me innately. You need not fear. The goblin takes a deep breath. Got it. I'm happy you're here. Good. Now let us serve well. He folds his arms and looks out into the mist. Yeah, let's do it. So you're just coming with us now? I am, cleric, here on the undercoast path at least. It's nice. Happy to have you. She nods slowly. Do you have any info on this place? Yes, cleric. She points towards the east. Beyond the pillar lies a complex of Tulincatl origin. It has a wicked aura. She then points to the west. Down the path there is an esoteric pocket of the biome kind. How strong are you in a fight? Can you handle anything we find down here? No, cleric. The beasts of this ridge are not so easily vanquished, not even by me. I am no cherub, nor can I match even a young dragon in combat. For my flames are small, and my strength is equal only to that of the greatest of mortal fighters, though I am practiced with the blade. With it, you may consider me a creditable asset in battle. She's strong, stronger than you, but not so powerful to be boring. Good. Darn, could have used her to clear the place otherwise. So in short, be careful still, or you'll get eaten by something before she can save you. This angel holds in her an incredible force. However, she is not a spellcaster. As such, she is, in relative term, no match for your true potential. Shut up, intelligence. Do you want to behold her again? What the hell? thought we... Oh, never mind. Well... first off... I'm going to cast Detect Alignment. How long does it last? Hey, you can walk here. The Divine View. You stand before an entrance. Beyond you see dark tunnels, winding passages, a forlorn chamber connecting them all. Seems like one of those paths could lead down. This is correct. The only way to safely get down is to head through here. Enter the chamber. You step inside. So beholding gives you a role based on which skill is associated with that character's behold. And depending on what you roll, there's like different DCs listed on that character's behold sheet, and it gives you information about them. So their name, their level, their race or species, their alignment, their stats, and then information about them that becomes increasingly more revealing of their character as you get to the higher DCs. You step inside. The musky air invades the holes in your helm. The air is thick with pollen. Fungus. Every breath you take is mostly damp fungus. Let's not linger here, okay? This is exactly the type of place where poor... It's kind of like an insight check in D&D, except rolled with different stats than just wisdom. Let's not linger here, okay? This is exactly the type of place where poor clerics get gutted by ankhegs, gricks, or... What are those land sharks called again? Boulette. Yeah, one of those. Alright, which way, cleric? Thought you'd tell me. Do you want me to choose? I've been running behind you all this time for the explicit, very explicit reason that I assumed you literally would not follow me if I walked in any other direction. Oh, I didn't realize. Sure you didn't. Now pick a direction. Go through the tunnels above, go into the rough cavern. The path slopes downward sharply, too sharply. Rough stone walls, slick with moisture and fungal growth. This looks steep. Start climbing instinctively. Maybe we should. But you're already descending. The angle increases. Your feet struggle for purchase. This was a mistake. You're essentially climbing now. Stone is damp. Your gauntlets slip. Etir floats carefully next to you as you descend. Muscle and will. That's all you have. All you are. You grip the stone, finding holds where there seem to be none. Yeah. Slowly, carefully, you make your way down. One step at a time. Your feet find solid ground at last. You emerge into a chamber unlike any you've seen. The walls are covered in thick, luminescent fungus. Glows with an eerie blue-green light. Bioluminescence. But that's not what captures your attention. There, on the far wall, is a mural. Look up at the imagery. Massive, ancient, overgrown with glowing fungus. You can still make out the image. The Airwath whale, a creature of legend. The mural seems to pulse. Cleric? Is it just me, or is that thing looking at us? He's right, the whale's eye seems to track your movement. Step closer. Approach the whale. Trickery of the Tulin. Focus, cleric. The air grows thick, heavy. Esoteric pocket watch, yes. Oh no, are you serious? Oh, thank God. Oh God. We needed a... Phew. You open yourself to the presence. The weight of eras, each borne upon the next. We, the guests, have overstayed our welcome. Images flash through your mind. Ancient snails, pilgrimage, burial rites. This is an animation, a sliver of a spirit replayed via magic. He is waiting for it, the divide, the split, the even fray. What is he waiting for, or who is he? He is not dead. The presence fades. You stagger, catching yourself against the wall. The goblin breaks his glare at the wall. It stopped moving now, is it? Hey, you okay? You regain your composure. 2 paths lead from this chamber. One slopes downwards, towards what must be the burial grounds. The other continues on, towards light, towards the exit. I have to check out the burial grounds. You descend into the ancient burial chamber. The air grows colder still, rotten. Walk through the crack entrance. The doorway appears to have been sealed for millennia. Yes, actual millennia. A recent seismic shift must have broken the seal. Stillness, heavy with centuries of undisturbed rest. Your footsteps splash in shallow water. Pools on the floor, ankle deep. The chamber is vast. Columns of carved stone rise into shadow. Snail motifs, spirals. Yep, this is a tomb. Tons of bones all around. His voice is barely a whisper. Don't take too long. And there, in the center, an altar. Upon it rests a mummified corpse. Look closer. Not human. A snail. A giant snail. Careful. Its shell is crystallized, preserved. The body itself is wrapped in ancient cloth, covered in strange runes. Funerary rites or a ritual? How else would this corpse be preserved for so many years? One of its appendages is extended, held out, in its grasp, a ring, entirely silvered. Even from here you can see it glowing faintly. Magic. Powerful magic. Very powerful. What is that thing? A dead snail. A really, really big dead snail. It's also holding jewelry. That too, yeah. Great observation, Etier. Thank you, Snell. Examine the ring more closely. You step forward. The water ripples around your feet. The ring is silver, inlaid with small shells and blue stones. The craftsmanship is exquisite. Ancient artistry. Look around the chamber. Your eyes scan the space. More altars, smaller ones. Other snail corpses, a whole congregation of the dead. This was sacred to them. Place of reverence. Make a decision here. You stare at it. So, you're gonna take it? Etier watches the waterlogged chamber carefully. I feel like I have to, and I can't use Mage Hand. I want to use Speak with Dead on the snail, but I don't think I'm able to. Take the ring. You reach out. Gauntlet closes around the ring. You pull. It slides free from the mummified grasp. For a moment, nothing happens. Well, for a moment, nothing happens means there's something's gonna happen, right? Look at it. Esoterically tingling. Magical ring. Put it on, you will find out what it does. That is a powerful item, cleric. Goblin wipes sweat from his brow. Let's get out of here before something else wakes up. A sound. All around you. Ah, shit. From the shadows, from alcoves from beneath the water, they rise. Skeletons. Their bones ancient and yellowed, covered in barnacles and coral. Run! Shit, they're already surrounding you. You are trapped. Roll initiative. Well, scheisse. Skeleton rolled better. They move as one, a chorus of clattering bones. Dozen undead guardians, awakened after centuries of rest. Protect your loot, damn it! They swarm, forward, weapons raised. Rusted blades, bone spears, coral-covered clubs. 3 of them converge on you at once. The first blade cuts across your side. The second strikes your shoulder. The third misses, but only barely. You're bleeding. Cleric? 2 more skeletons advance on Snell. He dodges one strike, but the second catches him in the leg. Ah, shit! Another pair turn toward Etir. She parries with blazing hands, but there are too many. The remaining skeletons circle waiting for an opening. There's too many! The goblin draws his sling and lets a stone fly. Strikes one skeleton square in the skull. The skull cracks, but the creature doesn't fall. Fuck! The angel moves with grace, her wings spreading wide. Radiant flames gather in her palms. Stand back. She releases holy fire in a brilliant arch. Washes over 3 skeletons at once. They shriek and burn, but their bones hold together. Scorched, blackened, but still moving. They resist! Her voice carries concern. Seven of them. You've never faced this many at once. Run. You need to run. They are nothing but bones. Manage them. Your heart pounds. Blood rushes in your ears. Death surrounds you. Literal death. Focus. You're a cleric. You have tools for this. Can we talk to them? Or first, prayer of healing. Can we talk to them? No. They are beyond reason, beyond words. Only duty remains in those hollow skulls. We have advantage. Snell draws their attention. You can swing or look for a pattern. We need to get out of here. Working on it. Any divine intervention would be great right about now. Okay. We need to roll 5 or higher, or we need to roll five or higher with advantage. I think this ends the fight. This prolongs it. But I feel like we gotta do this one. Yep, I'm glad we did that. Move like water between the attacks. Your feet find purchase on the wet stone. Every strike misses. You're in control, for now. You're still surrounded by the tide, but the tide might be turning. Snell is wounded. You are wounded. They are undead. They do not tire. You do. This is too much, even with an angel at your side. There are too many of them. The massive undead press in, blades from every direction. You take hits, multiple hits. Pain, blood. Etir deflects 2 strikes meant for you with her burning hands, but she takes a blow to her side in the process. Even divine beings can bleed. Hang on! Got an idea! The goblin rushes forward, sliding between skeletal legs. He emerges behind them and kicks one of them hard in the spine. Stumbles forward, knocking into 2 others. Now, while they're clustered! The angel's flames burn brighter now. Desperation fuels her power. She sweeps her blazing hands in a complex, practiced motion. The searing radiance catches multiple skeletons. They stumble, burn, but do not fall. Too many opponents at once. She's breathing hard now. Even angels have limits. We must retreat. One more push, you can end this. Your arms are heavy. Your breath comes in gasps. You need to end this or run. Think. Use your esoteric might. Think fast. So now we need to go. I know! He darts between skeletal legs, barely avoiding a strike. I'm working on it. Etir, can you hold them? Not for long. She parries another strike with her blazing hands. Make your choice quickly, cleric. I need a heal. I want to do Crusader's Mantle, but we need a heal. I worry if we do this. I worry about Etir, but nah. Etir creates a wall of flame behind you. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. You backpedal quickly, your allies moving with you. Step by step, fighting retreat. The skeletons pursue you, but you're keeping ahead of them. The exit. You can make it. Run! The angel's voice cuts through the chaos. She's right, you all know it. This is unwinnable. Fall back, now! You turn and sprint for the exit. Skeletons give chase, their weapons clattering, but you're faster. Etir brings up the rear, her flames creating a wall of radiant fire behind you. It doesn't stop them, but it slows them down. Run past the threshold. You burst from the burial chamber into the passage beyond. Your lungs burn, your wounds scream, but you're alive. Skeletons reach the threshold and stop. They stand at the entrance, weapons raised, but do not pursue any further, bound to their tomb. Guardians that cannot leave their post. Keep moving. Goblin limps beside you, clutching his leg. Etir's glow has dimmed. Even she looks exhausted. You survived. Barely. You're right, Snell. I'll live. Probably. You? No, I'm... Right. Thank you, Etir. You are welcome. It has been long since I met so many in battle at once. It was thrilling. Reach the exit. Your lungs burn, your body aches, but you're alive, and you make your way towards the exit. Behind you, the burial chamber returns to silence. You are merging at the bottom of the ruin. The labyrinth delivered you safely down. Well, that was something. Nice to be alive. Good navigating. Let's go. Snell looks up at the looming giant mushrooms all around. Then he tenses up as his arm brushes against one of the sprouting colorful flowers. He looks queasy. You really don't like mushrooms, eh? I don't see why I would. Especially these giant things. Like, come on, look at them. Look tasty to me. Gives you a disgusted look. The goblin then takes a deep breath. These damn mushrooms. He shakes his head. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm ready. Your angel companion gestures towards the overgrown road, leading down into the mist. This is the Undercoast path, trail which leads to the gravity flip, and further even still. That deep we should not travel. Let us proceed carefully, or cautiously. Meek has not seen so big dungeon in forever. It reminds Meek of Colony. Colony was in place like this. Oh, so your colony was way, way beneath the city below then? Yes, or Meek thinks so. Old Colony had many plant, many rocks, wet too. That does describe many, many parts of the city below. But good to know. Speaking of the city below, the city, Mimic, I have a question. Your scarf bunches up. Yes, big angel lady? Did this colony of yours always live in this one place, or did it ever move up into the city? Oh, Meek does not know for sure, but Meek heard colony before Meek was in big house in not dungeon. I see. Then I do believe your colony is the one which the city has hunted for many years. Oh yeah, I remember reading about that. The goblin nods his head to you. You've got one hells of a celebrity cloak around your neck, cleric. You hear the textile around you shiver and shake, some type of laughter. Onward! Meek shall keep watch. Nod and continue down. Alright. Slog Dog. Cardamom Treat. Compact ring, crafted from ancient silver, which tingles with esoteric might. Inside the ring's oblong crown, you can feel, there is a hidden scroll, which will become inscribed with any spell this ring stores. The ring has 5 charges. While equipped, you may expend charges to cast spells. If you do not have any spell slots available, the amount of charges needed is relative to the level of the spell. The ring regains 1d4 charges each rest. You have no clue how many charges are on the ring at any given time. Very confusing. Holy shit. That's strong. Glad I took it, honestly. Very glad. This leads far into the ruins. An old shield, a really old shield. Bronze shield, plus wisdom, plus dexterity. Shield, left by one of the predecessors of what is today Norvik. Cat-like eye is displayed on the front, and as you wield it, there's a whisper in your ears. It says something like, "O si hede desguardarte, camarada, anunciando eres bien pelon." Let's ignore it. Dexterity and wisdom. What the hecky? Something's frozen here. The blizzard rages around you. Oh, this is like some kind of esoteric event. Obviously. Shield your eyes. Goblin companion holds up an arm to protect his vision. Don't stay in this thing too long, cleric. Cold bites at the cracks in your armor. Little nibbles. Snell is correct. This temperature is unfortunate for mortal flesh. The angel floats gently amidst the raging snow. She appears unaffected by the cold. He rubs his exposed arms. God damn it, this esoteric bullshit. Glance at Etir. She sends another telepathic message to you. No, cleric, I am not immune to the cold, but my bodily functions are not affected in the same way as yours. Ground. You noticed, amidst frozen moss and broken Fade-era ruins, a thing. The shape is vaguely humanoid, a small creature, a mushroom thing. Mushroom man. Spend time investigating this esoteric effect despite the code. Poke at it. It does not move, but it is solidly frozen, cold to the touch. What is that, Snell? No clue. Some fungoid? A fungal folk, yes. appears to have gotten stuck in the esoteric pocket. She does indeed spell it out for you. Either way, he says while shuddering, if you stick around here for any longer, I will go stand outside the freezing esoteric sphere, okay? How to move it. Grab onto the icy surface of the thing, but you cannot. Not heavy, but stern. Man, it's cold here. Frozen skin, slowed blood flow. Goblin is glaring at you. Spend time investigating this esoteric effect, despite the cold. Kneel down in the snow, taking a closer look at this central figure. Yeah, okay, sorry, the goblin mutters as he turns to leave. I support you in spirit from over here. Snell is correct in his assessment, cleric, but I see this esoteric pocket has caught your attention. If you need it, I will assist. You see her armor rattling slightly in the blizzard. It's hardly visible, but she is cold. Gods, it's cold. Pain. Uh, 1d8 plus your wisdom ability modifier. $12 hit points. 7 plus 5. You will be drained eventually. Do not linger. Ignore the pain. Just look at the placement of the sphere. You don't have to stay, Atir. Yeah, I remain. Her many eyes glance around the scene. You see the central position of this fungi creature. She realizes it. Ah, I see. Yes. The sphere is perfectly centered upon this fungal monster. Cast Druidcraft. You snap your fingers and the frozen ground around the mushroom thing begins to shiver. Everything appears to be focused around this poor creature. Centered on the mushroom man. Snell isn't helping out. +1. Etir stays and assists. Your Druidcraft gave you a clue. It's a similar effect as the hibernating Snells, and Meek supports you. Easy. Of course. It is as obvious as the Praxis formula. Look around and stare at the frozen mushroom man. This is an esoteric pocket born out of a curse. The creature is cursed. Freezing curse? Could very well have been a simple cold spell that reacted with the primal strings of the area. Either way, yes, a freezing curse. Cast the spell. Could be a rogue spellcaster, or the fungal creature found a spell scroll and misfired it, but more realistically, an ice troll caused it. Why is it a pocket biome then? Esoteric pockets are created through chaotic interactions. Wizards have attempted to control them for eras, wield them. If you figure out why this particular interaction spawned biome pocket, and not a one-rule pocket or spawn pocket, then you will be a greater arcanist than all those who came before. How do I break it? Heat. Oh. Yes, it's quite simple. The pocket is clearly unstable and focused entirely on this mushroom creature. Simply heat it up a bit and the pocket will fail. That simple? Yes. Heating up a fellow creature to save it? A truly romantic idea. The red one means romantic in the classical sense, not the modernist sense. You hope, at least. You'll hurt yourself real good if you do that. But hey, you do you. Just don't complain if you wake up with a cold tomorrow. The chill. Your body is here. It is ready. Hug him to break the curse. Just use Druidcraft. Just use Thaumaturgy. Remove curse would also work here, wouldn't it? Yes. However, you do not have access to remove curse because you lost it in the river. Just use Druidcraft. With your hand placed upon the surface of the flash-frozen creature, you whisper to the primal forces. Rest no more, arise with the sun. A mild message received clearly. A heat springs up from the ground right into him. Bit by bit, the mushroom shivers, then twitches, then moves. An esoteric tinkle. You blink and it's gone. The heat you brought to it causes the esoteric cold to cease. The blizzard suddenly stops, in the blink of an eye, as if the aggressive snowstorm was but an illusion. There it is, the end of the pocket. Well done. You've done a great service here. You've turned off the blizzard. Feels a bit strange to do, even for you. Oh damn! Great job! You hear the goblin call out as he walks up to you. Oh shit, it's a mushroom. Moving mushroom. He then moves back, way back. The angel, however, floats in closer, looking at the tiny mushroom man, now shivering on the ground. Stare at the mushroom man before you. Brr. Brr. Oh boy, watch out. Might be toxic. Assuming you're cold, yeah. Brr. Brr. The mushroom man raises his head. You see a tiny mouth underneath the cap. He says again. It shakes as he says again. Brr. Stare at him for a while before you speak. Brr. We noticed you were in trouble, he says, while keeping a healthy distance. The goblin does not want to approach. The fungal folk stares at you. I should cast Comprehend Languages, right? Yes. But just see what the creature does first, in case it runs off. We? So the goblin points at you. Sorry, the cleric here was the one who helped you out. There, you happy? Oh right, you're scared of mushrooms. Not scared per se, perchance. You cannot just say perchance. Goblin's attempting to act cool. Come on, buddy, you're literally scared of a tiny cat man. Nothing against fungal folk type people, or anything like that. As he speaks, he keeps moving slightly further away. Perchance? Uh-huh. He glances at the mushroom man. You do the talking, okay? He points at the angel. You too. Pull your weight, and so on. The goblin twitches as he realizes he just commanded a powerful celestial to his bidding. Etir nods. She allows him to have a moment of weakness. How kind. The angel will be enough to handle this, surely. Are you able to speak normally? So no then. Turn to Etir. Do you speak mushroom? The mushroom man says as Etir floats ever so gently closer. He is afraid, she explains, then places a hand upon your shoulder. There is a gift to be granted, cleric. It will help. A gift? What gift? She moves back and does not say anything. Just look at him for a while. The mushroom man looks around the still frozen grass until he finds a snow-covered bulb. He lifts it up, shaking it clean. As he does, it lights up. He gives you the tiny item. It is heavy in your hand, despite its small size. Oh my. It's an ion stone. How? Ah, it was in the grass. Oh shit. This is a very powerful magic item. Yes, the ion stone was responsible for this prolonged esoteric pocket. Though something else must have initialized it. It's not an accept. The little mushroom man then waddles past you, walking away from the still frosty area. Alright, bye! He seems to walk around the corner into the nearby ruins. Your angel companion sends you a quick message. He said, see you around. Okay, cool. Yeah, see you around. Shrine older than any man on the coast. A legendary magic item. Probably produced during the Arcane era. It's got the markings of old Demonorian crafts. It floats around your head as you walk around. Very cool. +3 wisdom, wow. I want to equip it, but I like my esoteric pocket watch. I will put this with the other ones, though. We have more space now. ant crawls around in your hand. This is it! You can drop me off right here. Drop off the ant. Thanks, buddy. Tiny ant jumps off your glove and it starts sprinting off. Hold on, what about my reward? Ant stops and turns around. You did well. Didn't expect much, to be honest. But I can feel the hive nearby. We are already stronger. I or we? We are unsure. An image flashes through your skull. Sudden visuals burn in, leaving a mark. Here, it's underneath that thing you found me on. Just check under that crack. You'll get some goodies we hid before they drove us off. Crack in the statue, the exact place where you found this tiny creature. It's our special little gift from us to you, buddy. Hold on, is this stuff you've stolen from us? Not sure this is yours to hand out, buddy. Relax, Gobbo. This is a treasure we collected far before you greenskins ventured into the tunnels. A derogatory term for various monstrous humanoids across the coast, mostly referring to orcs, goblins, and trolls, despite the fact that the majority of these creatures do not in fact have green skin. Sweet. Shake your head. The ant rotates around a bit on the spot. Guess this is it. It's been nice to follow you around for a bit, buddy. I've enjoyed it. We have enjoyed it. Sure you want to rejoin the hive? The ant moves a bit more erratically. We really should. You're thinking about it. Yes, I do sort of enjoy this whole thinking for yourself thing. It's annoying sometimes, and it's weird to have your mind be by yourself all the time. But most importantly, I'm thinking maybe I could have a choice in who I share my thoughts with, instead of just sharing it per default, you know? So what are you going to do then? Let me join you for a bit longer, just in your pocket, if that's alright. You have a knack for making friends, don't you? Okay, pick him up again, or no, you need to make your own way. Pick him up again. Yay! He jumps back into your pocket. Great. Honestly, I really want to see what this whole election thing is all about. Let's go. Righto, little buddy. I wonder what happens if you have him on in a conversation. How many times have you been down here? The Undercoast Path, as it is known, is not a place I travel too often nor lightly. It is close to the gravity flip, thus filled with the horrors of the Undercoast. We must be vigilant. Even my might is challenged by this place. Meek says same. This is where big monster come from. Where are we heading, do you think? On the other side of the forked river, by the base of the pillar. There we'll find the old prison of the Tulinkatl. There you will find answers. I know you're not helping out on behalf of Darrow, so why then? I assumed my intentions were clear, cleric. I'm here to help. Out of the goodness of your heart? Partly. I'm interested in your methods. I see your survival of these dangerous grounds as a positive. Positive for the city, a positive for Darrow, a positive for you. If I am lucky, that could be the case. What I want is, I want. Her voice stops for a moment. Then she says, I want to learn something about humanity. My intuition tells me this path could lead me to such a case. How interesting. I don't think you'll find what you are looking for. I could teach you a lot about humans. I'm human myself on my mother's side. Oh yeah, Dodio? Are you a half-breed? Well, I'm slightly dwarven, in an ancestral way. How quaint. We will see if my assistance will be in any way revelatory. Her help is sorely needed. Hey, it's nice to have an angel on your shoulder. especially one that doesn't nag at you. Etyr does not truly know why she is here. You might learn it in time alongside her. Be kind to her. Can you heal me? No, cleric. Do not prepare any healing magic on my outings. Why? I understand you're too cool to be a support, or ... why? Do not travel in a party regularly. Do not require any type of physical healing during my regular duty. Do require a focus on offensive magic. Thus I do not prepare any healing. See, you're simply too powerful to require healing then. Drop it. But you do know how to heal, right? Many eyes glare at you. Never learned how to heal? In my early years I performed as shock assault, not support. I was not granted such innate esoteric knowledge. Does your magic even work? I cast via innate magic. My body is ingrained with strings, as are most celestial beings of the Golden Horde. Unlike a wizard, I do not prepare spells. Unlike a cleric, I do not get them channeled to me. I wield the strings myself, from internal connections. How would you expand your magical abilities in that case? You get no telepathic message. Are you unable to teach yourself new magic? My body has innate magical abilities. Those abilities were granted by powers beyond this realm. That is not something one molds. It is something static, divine, which will never fade. She is uncomfortable with this topic. Pride and ego. Heh, dangerous combo. Never is a strong word. I understand. Thank you for sharing. I guess that's the real difference. Mortal men adapt to the storm. Anticipalians simply weather it. Never is a strong word. Yes, it is. She's uncertain. I guess that's the real difference. Mortal men adapt to the storm. Anticipalians simply weather it. Something as such, yes. A fleeting being made from flesh and humors makes warmth and desire. It also makes war and strife. Ah yes, for angels are so very much peaceful in their nature. Arcanus made a war of a grand scale, yet the Gate War eclipses it all. My kin are more balanced, more refined, for good and ill. The Golden Horde does not seem so balanced to me. It is not. For entirely different reasons. Many eyes observe you. Beheld. When gods cry, the tears flow. The drop is not beholden to the whims of its streams. Tyr does not want to be a drop in a river. Instead, she wishes to fall from the sky. It would be better to be a drop in the rain, or... You like the chaos, don't you? Her face moves, the cracks of that porcelain veil morphing an inch before settling in its original position once more. They say a singer without its choir will succumb to the corruption of the flesh, as an angel would fall without that point of grace. Part of me envies your flesh, your decay. Where that part will lead me I do not know. It is a thought, an infectious idea, which would have me, a rare creature of early birth, among the Golden Horde's remnant choir, be seen as broken. If I do let it grow, I might learn to wield healing. Goblin companion listens in with a strange expression on his face. He is witnessing something far outside his pay grade. That is not today. You are stunned by this display. She is open. Etyr is thankful for being allowed to speak about this. That much is clear. Interesting. The angel turns her sliced head. Anything else, cleric? How long have you been living in the guard tower? Not long. Only 5 years. Relatively speaking, with her lifetime, it would be a short duration. It's a very long time. That's like a quarter of my lifetime. R.O. Must be long in your eyes. Over the course of my slightly longer service to this city, this has been my first static quarters. Since I do not require rest, I would previously keep all my belongings and archives at my then office at the Tolstad Sergeantry. It is located beyond Darrow House. However, my presence was not appreciated over time. Several Earthguard members reported me as a disturbance. The same issue arose during my time at the palace. As such, I was eventually granted the guard tower. It was procured by the magistrate in order to deal with these issues. Why would they complain? It'd be awesome to have an angel around for protection. I assumed they were afraid of you, or so they stuck you in an old tower to get rid of you. Assume they were afraid of you? Seems that would be the case, yes. The reports called me a potential esoteric danger, a foreign agitator, as well as overall difficult to work with. I was not given a chance to argue with these reports, and as such, my only option was to agree. That's shitty. Earthguard politicking always is. Don't listen to them. They're the ones bad at communicating clearly. You intimidate them. Not sure what anyone should do in that case. It's for the best. You're too exotic to simply mix in after all. That's shitty. Earthguard politicking always is. Yes. In the days of Earth, there was another level of respect to be had. That I miss. Understandable. Her eyes take in your words, even with her body language cold and distant. Then she says, in that monotone telepathic voice, "What else, cleric?" Let's get going. I need to take a quick bio break, but then I will be back. Alright, I am back. Ooh. An ancient shrine. Good enough. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tiny primal spirit. Or swamp extract. Brr! Ah. Plant level 4 ranger. Brr. Vibrations he gives off is his language. With magic, you can communicate better. This is a scout of the deeper crevices of the earth. Creature set to keep an eye on the horrors of the icy rage. Belt pouch, wet and covered in fungus. Lovely. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Tiny mushroom. Oh, it's a shrine. Pray. Nothing new. I'm done here. I'm happy with our spells for the time being. Stream patch. An HWBT crate. Must have washed down here. Yoink. The mushroom man greets you with a slight tilt of his large cap, then rattles out a quiet noise from its mouth, while Snell keeps his distance. The mushroom man clearly gestures for you to come closer. He appears to have something for you. Something for me? As you speak, he takes a few jumpy steps closer. But that's way too close. You should... Hey, are you... A poof of smoke suddenly explodes from the mushroom man. Not smoke. Spores. A fungal attack? Cough and wheeze. Ah, geez, I knew this would happen. Breathe, cleric, that is a gift. As the spores fall to the ground and the air clears, you feel a slight sting in your throat and nose. Oh, it's good. Thank you. He tells you the spores are helpful to you. Enjoy them. The twitching and rattling coming out of his mouth gradually morphs into something else more tangible. A word. The Mushroom Man will share with you something profound, something to unite your two cultures into one whole unified peoples. Message of peace. Sup? Hello there. I saw. Spell. You are good at stringular manipulation. The words are slightly garbled through the magic. You must get better at this. I am Cocoloro Nomomono Rosso. Sorry, can you repeat that? You're unsure if this spell, if this is the spell or simply a fungal thing. He shakes his head. You may call me Brr. This is what meat walkers like yourself say. Although, it would be little different from me calling you Choo Shoo, for that is what your speech sounds like to me. But it is convenient. I do not parley with you often, so a name based on the sound will do. Meat walkers. Sorry, I ramble. I want to thank you for saving me from the curse of Gorgalash. I owe you my life. He bows his cap. No problem. I will gladly assist you in any way. Tell me about Gorgalash. Gorgalash, the Osaka king. A horrid word, a curse word. He is a bane upon the shadowy depths, the murky fungal valley that is my home. A beast with no care for balance or primal love. So he's a bad guy. He's the worst. For decades, he has roamed the great tunnels and its splits, taking what he wants. As trolls do. A troll? Yes, across the river. That's bad. Get nervous. He nods his cap several times. The troll spreads his frozen curse wherever he goes. Fortune favors us, for he is without his tribe. But once he was driven from the surface. Oh, he was driven from the surface. By one of your people, yes. Do not worry, we do not hold you responsible for the actions of a monster. If your avatar had not slain his tribe, then the tribe would have eventually spread down here either way. But to even face Gorgalash alone is not a quest I take on lightly. Quest, get very intrigued. I am here to make sure the troll does not descend into the fungal valley. But in my attempts to scout I made a mistake and was ambushed. Do not remember much, but the troll most certainly caught me with a bolt of ice. How it triggered such an esoteric effect, I know not. It was an esoteric curse triggered by the ice bolt, I assume. Yes, it seems so. It could be as such that the Ion Stone was involved. I am unsure. They are known to cause all manner of trouble when involved in esoteric situations. Where'd you come from? Surface, long ago. Before my time, or the time of my spawners. You would know more than me, surely. He was the king of your land once upon a time. Right, Osaka King. Yes, I must vanquish this troll. The Mushroom Man looks around nervously. That would be beyond my dreams, friend. If you do that, your name will be written on the walls of the valley itself. Make sure to spell it correctly. It's Hemlin? Just make it out as the cleric. Sweet, right. Dick-ass rogue. That's my nickname. Good. You should all know the name. Rang Wizard King. How about the Great Barbarian of Ascani? Make it out as a local friendly druid of Norvik. Or, I don't need that. Just write something like a local government employee. Make it out as a local friendly druid of Norvik. Oh! Okay, will do. So humble. The folk of the valley will remember such bravery. What exactly are those spores, the ones you gifted me? It's from my life gland. Not sure I like the sound of that. Etir sends you a message. It is not a bad thing. It is. The spores that allow my kind to exist. It also grants revitalizing esoteric effects to other kin. They can only be spent once, however. Good to know for future fights. You live down here? No. Or Perhaps yes, for now. My quest has brought me far, but I will eventually return to the fungal valley. But I do not wish to permanently live here in Upper Hollow Ridge. It is a landscape filled with far too many horrors for my taste. So this is Upper Hollow Ridge. Yes, it is. It is the region underneath your city, yes? Not many of my kind live here, for clear reasons. You have family down in Fungal Valley? My core crevice is not large. They are 13 and 20. Crevice? I have 13 offspring and 20 comrades of my strain. Fungal folk generally reproduce asexually. How boring. Stability. We live in large collectives, or families, as you say. It's a lot of kids and siblings. I believe my kind have different ways of life than your own. I have heard you live in smaller collections and raise children very slowly. That sounds annoying, but also wonderful in some ways. I don't envy you, but I respect your way of life. What's it like in the Fungal Valley? It's rough and wild. We struggle against invaders at all times, with occasional years of calm. Other fungal tribes can be problematic, especially those with more warring ideologies. We are more peaceful in comparison. Do you have a god? No. We had an avatar of a higher being at one point, an evil fungoid. Toromoro Loco Poroso. The sweeping decay, the dictatorial hive mind. We do not believe in the whims of gods anymore. Now we look to our own and ourselves and stride towards harmony. You traveled a lot? Some. I've been to some islets on the undercoast. I have been to the surface a few times, although I was not a fan. Hold on. Aren't all your kind a hive mind or something? Some fungal tribes are still. Mine is not. We are sedentary and individualistic. Interesting. Let me ask you something else. Yes. Do you know Nassan? Yes, I know her well. We worked together at a time down on the other undercoast. She is a lovely woman and a great druid. I owe her a lot. What are you voting in the election? Election? Yeah, I've heard of it. It seems like a way to abstract the common consensus of a core crevice, so that a larger collection of people can feel involved in the direction of a tribe of such size that personal relations between the leader and the followers cannot be had. Indeed, it's mostly about organizational efficiency in systems that grow too complex. It's mostly an illusion of control for the people. It's also a way to keep tyranny at bay, the mandate of the masses, and so on. The Mushroom Man tips his cap. Want to know who I'm voting for? Okay. Ascalists. Not sure of the implication of this. Fair. Now invite him to vote. Be cool to have some more fresh folk like him in the city. Yes, a diverse workforce would be healthy for the city. They'd make some pretty good servants, I bet. Dexterity. That's not... No. Not servants. Equals. Sure. Equals. You should vote. Everyone should vote. I should vote? You invite outsiders to vote in an election for your own sovereignty? There are no outsiders. Everyone can be part of the melting pot that is Norvik. The Halfways had trouble getting enough voting cards, but you invite the first mushroom guy you see to vote? Love to see it. Burr nods a bit, looking towards the path leading up towards the city below. It's been long since I visited above. Once this threat down here has been dealt with, then yes, I will come see this election. It will be an interesting excursion. Thank you for the invitation. That's all for now. Have a good one. A long mushroom. Or swamp extract. Whoa. Big leader Gorglash. Chaotic evil. Roll the d20 250 times. Great and mighty frost troll, horrifying even while asleep. Got a few ways of approaching this. Killing a troll is not easy, and you need all the advantage you can get. Attack him right away, giving you a head start. Put up some kind of trap. Try to communicate first, weak, or walk away, also weak. Well, what an interesting turn of events. Let me get my regular loadout back on. Unfortunately, that will have to be something for the next episode. So let me save. Quit. I have stuff to do after this, unfortunately. I might be back later today for another stream, or maybe not. We'll see. But I gotta go. This was fun. I love all our companions are here. But yeah. Regardless, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.